Hello, SMP Nation. Blaine Austin here at Sewing Machines Plus, and welcome to our Thursday live show. I've got Kicking It Kennedy in here with me this morning. She's back with us, and Roger's not here today, but he did a good job. Did y'all think Roger did a good job last week?
I was so proud.
He did a great job.
He was like, I got big shoes to fill, and I said, Roger, it's okay. It's okay.
So yeah, I liked old Roger being in here. It had been a while since he'd been in the studio. He's always busy doing other things, but hey, we've got a great show for y'all today. We have got Kelly Latreille from Juki here, and what we're doing is we're actually celebrating a really big Juki sale. We've got several machines that we're going to actually highlight today with the sale, but we're only going to demonstrate two. We're going to demonstrate a serger. We're going to demonstrate a sewing machine, and we got, Kelly's going to come in and talk about those. And this sale that we're going to talk about today ends on Sunday. So that's why we wanted to highlight it, because I'm telling you what, the pricing on some of these Juki's are incredible. So you all know how great Juki machines are. And before we get too deep in the show, I want to say a big shout out to some of the SMP Nation watch this morning. We have Nelda Valencia up in Colorado watching. Hey, good morning, Nelda. We have Nancy Fitzpatrick over in Ohio watching. We have Dorothy Belcher in Kentucky, and it's already lunchtime in Kentucky.
I know, and I'm getting hungry.
And we have Karen Green over in Texas. So, hey, Karen. Jill Sweet in Wisconsin. It's also lunchtime in Wisconsin.
Yes.
And we have Terry Brown in Michigan. So, hey, Terry. Welcome to the show, everyone. Now, if you're brand new, you've just recently started watching, or today's your first time to watch, put a number 1 in the chat for us just to let us know. And the rest of the SMP Nation are going to just make you welcome.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these SMP Nation people have been here from day one. So we're going on over 4 years that we've been, well, actually 5 years. We've been doing our live show for 5 years now. We've been doing the festivals for 4 years, but we've been doing the live show for 5 years now. So a lot of y'all been here from day one. So if you've been here for 5 years with us from day one since we're doing it, put a number 5 in the chat. We'd like to see all you veterans that are.
I recognize we recognize names. So if you've been watching, we know who you are. We know.
So we really appreciate y'all tuning in. And hey, the SMP Nation has grown. It is amazing. We first started this show, we would have, like 200 people watch the show. Now we have up to 7,000 people watching the show. So it's pretty awesome. So we really appreciate everybody, because now we're streaming on multiple platforms.
Yes. Yeah.
So what are they all, Kennedy? I don't even know all the
So
platforms.
we're on Twitch. We're on, obviously, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can find us anywhere, really. Just look up our name. Just look up Sewing Machines Plus, and I guarantee you'll find us.
Yeah, so we're out there. So a lot of different platforms. So, but that's why it's really grown, and we sure do appreciate all you helping us. And we still want you to, hey, if you got some friends that are in the sewing business, and they like the sewing hobby and like to do the sewing, get them to, come over here and join the party with us, and we really would love to have them. Before we get the show started, though, I want to go over some dates of some things. And so as y'all all know, the live auction is coming up July the 11th. Now, we sent an email out to that has a link in it that you can actually go to the sign-up page. We're already sign-ups. And Kennedy, yesterday, Kyle told me there's already over 200 people signed up. So we sent the email out and already have over 200 people. So how it's going to work, the people who sign up, once we verify that you've been a purchaser at Sewing Machines Plus, you've had to purchase something in the last 2 years. What we do then, we will send you a link to sign up to get in the show, but we're also going to send you a list of all the items that are going to be on for auction. So you can kind of, we're going to put them in the order that they're going to come up on the auction block. So that way you can kind of see, if you got your eye on one of those machines, you'll see when it's going to come up. And then this year, a little bit different. What we're doing is we're going to have a live audience we're doing the auction in our classroom in the San Marcos retail store.
Oh my goodness.
And we're going to have a live audience in there that'll be able to bid on things as well. So
Can we get them little like things, please?
They're gonna have to have numbers.
Yes.
We're gonna have to figure out how this is gonna work because it's a 4-second delay from the people who text their bid in to the people in the audience. So it'll be a little different. We'll have to work through it, see how it works. But hey, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. Last year we had a great time, and I know y'all got some great pricing. And this year it's no different. We got a ton of machines and that we're gonna have on the auction and some great pricing. So now I got to tell you about a brand new event that I just finally finalized yesterday with Florina, and it's called the Florina Total Control Summit, and it's a 3-day deep dive into digitizing. Now this is going to be August 14th, 15th, and 16th, which that is a Tuesday, Wednesday, or no, that's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, there's going to be a cost on this. The price is $199 for you to sign up to do this. The sign-up page, they're working on it now, so it should be launched first of next week where you can go ahead and sign up. Now, got to tell you about this. You're getting a ton of stuff with this as well. So we're going to give you a swag bag full of goodies. You're getting a USB stick with over 200 designs on it. You're getting the Trevor Trove, which is a link, downloadable link that has all the videos to walk you through TCU as well. But we're going to talk all about the Total Control digitizing software. We got a very special price on it. So if you don't have it yet, we're going to do that ultimate bundle. That universal bundle.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's going to be the Total Control universal bundle. And I'm going to even go tell you the price. The normal price is $62.99.
Oh,
so at $6,299, you're gonna be able to get it on the show for $18.99. So it is cheaper for the universal bundle than the regular Total Control.
Oh my gosh.
When we have it on sale.
I can tell you right now that I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there sitting down with my notepad and my pencil because Trevor with TCU is, you guys know I love TCU.
Well, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. We do have Trevor.
We also
live.
Have other
He's going to be live.
Yeah.
We have the 2 best digitizers in the world, Trevor Conquergood and Deborah Moore. And I mean, Laurie Moore. And so day 1 is going to be Trevor, and he's basically going to tell you why you need digitizing. That's what his class is about. And it's going to be a 90-minute class. So an hour and a half, you're going to have Trevor. And then on day 2, you're going to have Laurie Moore. And basically it's the basics of TCU or basics of digitizing. And it's going to be a 3-hour class. And then day 3 is Laurie Moore again, 3-hour class. And it's basically exploring TCU. And then you're getting that swag bag. We're going to send you a big swag bag, a tote bag full of goodies. Like I said, you're getting the 200 designs. You're getting so much more of stuff. I mean, it's just going to be a ton of stuff in the bag. So this is going to be probably $1,000 value package. You're gonna be able to get it for $199. So it's going to be you're getting a $25 S&P gift card. It's going to be in there for sure too. There's a lot of stuff in there. So you need to kind of pay attention to that. We're going to send an email out, advertise that. It's going to be heavily advertised. Now here's the kicker. I think it's either going to be cut off at 50 people or 100 people.
Ooh, okay.
But here's the good news. If we sell it out, we're going to actually repeat it and do it again.
Oh, okay.
So we'll give enough people to opportunity to sign up for it. So I talked to them about that yesterday. We're pretty sure it's going to sell out. So they're going to check and see how many people they can handle. Because what's going to happen, you're going to be able to chat and ask questions. And they're going to have people monitoring the chat and do all that during the show. So if you have questions, they're going to be able to give it to Trevor or Lori. And then we're going to have somebody monitoring chat on our side as well to try to help out. And then naturally we'll do some giveaways.
Of course.
In the 3 days. So a great event. We just got this finalized yesterday. And so this is hot off the press, and we hope that y'all kind of keep a lookout for that. Because if you've embroidered or you want to embroider, or you got to have software eventually. Of
course.
Digitizing software is going to change your world. I mean, it really does. Because you can take things that you have and digitize it and create your own unique pieces of artwork. I mean, really. Or, if you wanted to do something unique and do a back of a jacket, you could create your own design. I tell you, it is just a game changer when you do that. So, and Kennedy can tell you firsthand,
Oh
you've
my
kind of started
goodness.
getting into this as well. And she's done some unique things herself that she's created that are one of a kind.
Well, one of my favorite things is the photo stitch. So you can take a picture and it will immediately, just within 2 seconds, put it in the colors that it's in, match all the colors within the picture. And then it will also tell you how many stitches you want to do, if you want it bulky or less bulky. And it will totally make that picture that you put in an embroidery design. And it's so crisp and it's so clear. And I've done it with, I do a lot of dog pictures. So it's been a lot of dogs and they are so successful and they look so good. But not even just that. If you have logos, if you have an embroidery machine and you kind of want to start getting into the business side of it, maybe turn it into your side hustle, digitizing allows you to do logos really clearly. It allows you to also adjust a design. So if you can bring a design in and go through and adjust like individual little stitches to make sure that it runs the way that you want. And there's just so much more, Blaine. There's so much more.
Yeah, it really is. It's just a powerful software. So we're super excited about this event. I tell you what, it's been really cool. And hey, one of the other things I forgot, we're going to have in that swag bag, you're getting a 10 spool thread kit from Florina in that swag bag as well. And it's a very unique thread kit, a bunch of different colors in it. So, and then some of the things we're going to do also on the event, if you're part of the event, we're going to have some really specials on some Florina thread. I mean, like really good specials. We're going to have some really good specials on a lot of things. And we're going to highlight like 6 machines. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have a Brother machine that's going to be on special, a Baby Lock, a Bernina, a Janome, a Pfaff, and I'm forgetting one more, Kennedy. I can't remember the 6th one. It's 6 brands. 6 brands of sewing machines that are sewing and embroidery, or they're embroidery only. It'll be one of those type of machines. And every brand, we've kind of worked a deal that we're going to have specials on all those, and we'll be able to tell you the price of them on air because it's going to be a private event because you've signed up for it. So great. This is going to be a great event. Cannot wait. Again, mark your calendars down. Again, Kennedy, can you scroll to where that date was?
Yes.
I just want to make sure everybody knows these dates. You can mark them down. So it is going to be on August the 14th, the 15th, and the 16th. And that's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So y'all mark that down. We're going to be sending stuff out really quick on that. They're working on building the page, the sign-up page on it now. And so it's going to be, and actually this is a one-of-a-kind event. You're not going to find this event anywhere else in the world right now. We're going to be the very first one to ever present this. And because this is, I got with, y'all remember Jennifer Gigas, who was on our show. Her and I created this ourselves, basically finalized it yesterday.
Wow.
So, and nobody's ever done anything like this, or they've done anything like this, Florina. So this is going to be a really cool thing. So we hope that y'all join in. All right. Hey, I told everybody I was going to show y'all some pictures from when I went to Jackson Hole. So I promised I would show some pictures. Got to show y'all some pictures from, Michelle and I went to Jackson Hole. Y'all can see us right there on the right with the Jackson Hole sign. We went to a Brother meeting there. And while we were there, we got to partake in a lot of fun stuff. So we went whitewater rafting on the Snake River. So y'all can see there the proof that's me right on the front right getting soaking wet. And then on the far back left is Michelle. But I got voted to sit up front, and they were like, we need somebody strong that can really paddle good. And I bought that hook, line, and sinker thinking, yeah, I'm the big guy. But guess what? They set me up because I got soaking wet. I got the wettest out of everybody in the boat. One time a wave went completely over my head. It knocked me out of my seat into the floorboard. So yeah, I fell for that. So I won't fall for that again. And then it was just so beautiful. So the picture on the left, that we were up on a summit on a mountain. It was 10,400 feet elevation. Ooh. And y'all can see it's just absolutely one of the prettiest states. It's just beautiful there. And then on the right, we were on a bus ride to Yellowstone Park. And this is actually, we were in the Great Tetons here, and buffalo just ran out in front of us, and the bus had to lock its brakes up to keep from hitting it. And so then we kind of stopped, and it just started walking down that side of the road just like it planned. So we pulled up beside it and passed it, and I got a great picture right there of it. Just jumped up with my cell phone and took that picture. So it turned out great. And what do we got next, Kennedy?
We got the videos.
Oh, I got to show y'all this video. Which one's the first? Me?
We can do you first.
All right. So this one, I got inspired because there was horses, there was all kinds of cattle. So guys, guess what I did? I learned how to rope. And so here's a quick little video of me actually roping.
Wow.
Can you play that?
Yeah, let's play it.
All I need.
Got it.
Like butter.
Look at that. Look at that. And then the next video I got to show you, y'all, this was so awesome. My wife, Michelle, I love her to death. She is so much fun. So my little petite wife, think about this. She picked up this big old axe, and they had these targets. Now, I can't picture my wife doing this, but, you know, a little coaxing, we got her to do it. And this was so awesome. Y'all, just watch the clip. This is awesome. Ah! Everybody was rooting for her. It was so awesome, and but she nailed it. I tell you,
She did.
When we got back home, I took all my axes and everything and hit them because I was like, man, her target's really good, and if I make her mad, she may throw an axe at me.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Just kidding. She'd never do that. But it was a good time, and we had so much fun there, and learned a lot. And so Brothers got some really cool stuff coming out too. You know, they got a brand new machine coming out for all y'all. That it's going to be their top of the line machine, and it's going to be pretty incredible. So y'all are going to get to see that in August, at the end of August, I think. And so that'll be coming out, and so there's a lot of new stuff coming we're excited about. So y'all just stay tuned and stick around. All right, we're going to get started in our show. And y'all, y'all seen Kelly on our show, but many times you new people haven't, but you're in for a treat. Kelly Latre, she is a national education manager for Juki America. She, you know, has a tremendous background in management and training. And we love her coming on our shows because she's so detail oriented when she does her demonstrations. So y'all, welcome to the show, Kelly Latre.
Hi, thank you, Blaine. It's good to be back.
Man, I am so glad to have you here. And this just is so fitting. And thank you so much for taking this on such notice. You know, I text Kelly the other day, say, hey, are you available? I want to highlight these Juki machines before the sale ends. And there's such a good sell on them. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the 4,000, right? And then we're going to talk about the 3,000 Surger.
That's correct.
All right, great. So I'm going to let you get going. And then once you get, if you want to, after you do the 4,000, I can come back and do, you know, tell them how they can get that and the pricing. And then we can give you time to switch over to the 3,000, and then we'll come back to you. Does that sound good?
That would be great. Thanks so much.
Okay, Kelly, take it away.
All right. Are you guys ready? Because today we're going to take a deep dive into the Juki DX4000 QVP, or better known as Kikochi. This is our top-of-the-line computerized machine. So pay attention, take notes. There's a lot here for me to tell you because although it's the easiest machine I've ever used, there's a lot to it. So let's take a closer look. I'm going to ask my camera person today to delve in on the machine. You can see what I'm talking about. So we're going to start with this panel up on top. This machine, the Kikochi, has 368 stitches built in, as well as 4 fonts. And as you can see, what I love about Juki is that we give you categories so you know how to use these stitches. I hear so many times at show you guys say to me, I'll never use the stitches, but we give you a purpose, and let me show you how easy it is to find these stitches. We're going to now get focused on the screen. so you can take a look at this screen. This is an award-winning screen, folks. This screen, when I touch it, I can select a stitch and I can swipe to the right, up and down, to the left, anywhere I want to go to get into those different categories and see all my stitches. I can combine stitches, you name it. So that's how great that screen is. It works just like your phone or your tablet for swiping. Isn't that great? I'm going to select the straight stitch now and give you a tour of the screen because it offers so much. So first of all, I can highlight a couple of features. I can highlight to sew in reverse or to lock stitch and the beginning and the end of my seam if I want to. I can turn those off as easy as I turn them on. And then I have a thread tension adjustment here. Now, folks, I normally sew on normal on my thread tension, but if I'm changing things up and going to a thicker thread on top or on the bottom, I can and adjust my tension. Now, here's the cool thing. While I'm adjusting this, it's showing me, and I'm doing an extreme example here of bringing my bobbin thread up so you can see what's happening with this stitch when I'm adjusting. And if I've adjusted it to a different thread, when it's highlighted, I know that that's still in effect because when I go back to the standard and go back, now it's not highlighted anymore. So that's an easy way to adjust my tension. I have a little gear up here, and that is settings for each individual stitches. My stitch length is down here, and when I adjust that, visually you can see that right on screen. So if I go to a 5, which is the maximum, you can see how long that stitch is. How great is that? And then if I go to a zigzag, I'll select that. And of course, I have a stitch width adjustment too. So again, I can take that all the way up to 7, which is the maximum. And I can adjust my length and my width right on screen. It's that easy. So I'm going to just select straight stitch again. And I'm going to talk about the Smart Feed. The Smart Feed is a set of feed dogs attached on the top, and basically what it does is it's a walking foot for the machine, but there's so much more. If you can show them right here, I can pull this Smart Feed right into place just by pulling it down and putting it behind the presser foot. What's happening, folks, is there's a little feed dog here on the end that's going to work with my box feeding system on the Juki to give you dual feed for different layers of fabrics like quilting. I love this because it's so easy to use. And any presser foot that has a U behind it can be used with the Smart Feed. So I can use my zipper foot. I can use my straight stitch foot. I can use my 1/4 inch foot, whatever foot I want. And if the foot doesn't work right with the Smart Feed, the machine will tell you. Also, if we can go back to the screen, I can show you how to adjust that for different fabrics. So on the screen, that Smart Feed is adjustable. I can move it up for fine fabrics and a little further away for stretchy or heavy fabrics. It's that easy. I love the Smart Feed because it's built in and it's easy to use. I can select the presser foot lift, so it automatically lifts the presser foot when I'm done with sewing. And that is really nice for changing the direction. If I'm pivoting, turning a corner, that foot comes up and it's easy. And I also will point out that there is a knee lever on the machine, and the knee lever will also raise and lower your presser foot with your knee. And I use that a lot because when I'm pivoting, I like my hands to be on the fabric. So that is also included with the DX4000 Kokochi. And you can see I have the extension table on the machine right now. That comes with it. Also, a tray for your accessories come with it. And you can put your presser feet in here. And this is nice if you're garment sewing and have to change, because of course you can set this for free arm sewing. So, and then my last setting on the screen is thread trimming, so I can highlight that too. I can also adjust the needle position from here. I can have it in center. I can go to extreme right, or I can go to left, or anywhere in between with this dial. So it makes it easy to change that needle position, which I love. I love to do top stitching, edge stitching, stitching in the ditch. All those things make it, the Kokochi just makes it easy to adjust with that setting. So easy to use. Let's go to support, because this is where I can learn my machine. So if I want to, I can actually pull up the full instruction book on this machine, and it shows me all the different things I can do. And this is something I've used a lot and didn't think I would, because it's so convenient. You can see what comes with the machine and go to any of the functions on that. So for settings, this is where I can customize the Kokochi to meet my particular needs. I can set the machine when I'm doing twin needle sewing. I have wireless LAN on here, and let me explain why. You can watch videos on the Kokochi, and I'll show you that in a minute. I can look at the software version. I have a machine log. All these things I can change. I can change the height of that pivot, which is so nice. I can also change the brightness of my lighting. I can change the sound volume. But here's a good one. I love the foot switch pedal. The power pedal on the Kokochi looks like this. And the left-hand side is the power. It can go up to 1,050 stitches per minute. The button on the right is the switch that you can adjust. You can program that to do needle up down, thread trimming, presser foot auto lift, the lock stitch, reverse, one stitch sewing, or nothing at all. And right now, as you can see, I have mine set for lifting that presser foot. So totally customizing that machine to your needs. I have a history in here. I can look at the last few things I sewed, and the machine remembers the setting. And this is one of them that I'm going to show you because I love it. It's in tapering. So what I can do on this machine is I can, let me just go to tapering and show you how I set that up. I can select from my stitches. I'm going to go to 301 and I'm going to reselect that stitch. I can go into my adjustments and select tapering so that I can turn it on. Come on. There we go. My hands must be cold today. I can select the angle in which I have that taper. And then look, it shows you right on the screen. So let me set that more to a satin stitch, and you can adjust the width too. And I can actually taper the bottom too. So if I'm mitering corners, I just select that 45-degree angle. There we go. And I'm set. So you can actually even set the length. So if you look at my stitch, I just kept that into memory so you can see how it can taper the top and the bottom. So if you're doing an applique, you can miter the corner automatically with this machine. I absolutely love that feature. So I'm going to take you to Juki'sSewing.net, because here's where I want to put it on my Wi-Fi network so that I can watch instructional videos. You can access the manual here. When I touch that, I can put my phone up here and have it read the QR code and bring my manual up on my phone, or I can touch the manual button and just bring it up here. So whatever way you decide that's more convenient for you, you can do. So now I have just went into the video selections for this machine. What this takes you to is YouTube. So I can go into YouTube and find Sewing Machines Plus here, and I can watch videos right on this channel. So this is pretty cool. I use this Wi-Fi network a lot because I love watching videos, especially when I'm sewing on my machine. So that's under Juki.net. Okay, so I'm going to go back up to sewing, and again, just to go back to practical, I'm swiping here just like on my phone, and I'm going to select stitch number 3 because I want to tell you something about this stitch and talk about the box feed. When I select stitch number 3, that is a 1/4 inch from my regular presser foot. My presser foot is on the machine and it's a 1/4 inch. I love that because it engages all the feed dogs when I'm when I'm sewing a 1/4 inch seam. And why that's important to me is I get a nice straight seam. And as you know, Juki is a box feed system. In other words, it feeds your fabric in a box. So you're always in contact with the feed dogs. It is superior feeding system. Just absolutely excellent. All right, so let's talk about Microlift. For you TL users, the Microlift is on the Haruka. You can have it here too. Now, when I adjust my pressure, I'm going to put a piece of fabric under here so you can see this. I'm going to take the pressure to a minus negative, and you can see when it's on 0, I can't move that fabric, okay? When I take it negative, look how much room there. That is going to be fantastic when I'm sewing several layers of fabric and maybe uneven layers of fabric, like when I'm sewing a buckle on my handbag. That's what that is fantastic for. I can also take it to the opposite end and put more pressure on when I'm sewing on silk and I want a real nice contact on that presser foot and the feed dogs. Great stuff there. The other thing that I love about the Kokochi is the accessories. I get a plethora of accessories with the machine. And one of them that I like a lot, and I'm going to actually show you how it's used, is this straight stitch needle plate. Now, most companies give you a straight stitch needle plate so you can get that perfect straight stitch. So I know a lot of you are TL owners, but if you can have one Juki and want the top of the line, this one, you can get the perfect straight stitch. So here's the plate, but not only do I get the plate, I get the feed dogs that go with the spacing on that plate. And that's important for stitch quality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snap off my presser foot to put this on. Okay. And I'm going to get out my screwdriver, and there's an opening on the front right of this throat plate that I can just bring it up and take it off the machine. And right now that machine knows what I'm doing, so it's responding. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip up my feed dogs to take them out. Flip that up a little too high. There we go. And those just come out. That's really easy to do, is just bring those in and out. These snap into place. So I'm just going to put these on and then just flip them forward. And let me get that lined up. There we go. See, it's a little easier, to be honest, when I'm in front of the machine. That did it. There we go. Right in there. Okay. Now, what I do with this straight stitch plate is I slide it into place, and firmly, maybe a little too firmly there, I put on the new needle plate for straight stitch. So now the machine will enable me only to select these 3 straight stitches, the standard, the triple, and then that straight stitch. And you can see it's just right on that stitch. Easy to change, and I love that when I'm sewing silks or when I'm piecing and I want that perfect straight stitch. So now it's easy to take back off too. I just take that piece and take it off. And I'm also going to remove this feed dogs so I can put in the feed dogs that go with my zigzag needle plate. So again, I'm going to put these in. And I'm just going to snap them into place. Okay, so we're going to put the throw plate back on. And this time, just to make my life easier, I'm going to take out that bobbin so I don't get the bobbin thread caught. And again, you push it down firmly. What I love about Juki'S is you can be firm to the touch because they are strong machines. Now I'm going to thread this bobbin through here so it's all set. It has a little thread cutter down here that I'm aiming for. There we go. And we are all set to go. All right. And then they are snap-on presser feet. And I'm just going to lower this one so we can snap it right into place. That's an open-toe decorative foot. Okay. And the machine has also detected that I've changed the foot. So now let's take a tour of the buttons we have, the quick buttons. I have a thread trimming button. I have a needle up-down button. I can also disengage the feed dogs here, and I can put my machine into safety mode so no one can touch the machine and go to something different. It's kind of a nice safety feature on this machine. I also can raise and lower the presser foot from here. I've had my speed control. Turtle is slow and Rabbit's very fast. This is nice because I can take it all the way to fast speed or to low speed, and it goes up to 1,050 stitches per minute. I have an auto lock, and I also have a reverse control. And this machine can sew without the foot pedal. So if I'm going to sew out that pretty tapering I did earlier because it's in my history. So I'm going to put some fabric under there, lower my presser foot. And if I go to history, I can just bring that right up. But right now I can unplug the power pedal and just push the button. I'm going to lower the speed here. But you can see now how that is sewing. And when I'm done, I can just touch the button again. Very easy to do. So now you can see that taper at the end, and it's going to tie off. And I'm going to raise that presser foot and turn it. And I hope I'm straight because I'm not right in front of the machine. We'll see. Let's try. And that's how it tapers your corner. It's so fun to do, and it's easy. So it's tying off again. And I'll take this off. I'm going to cut the thread, raise my presser foot, and look at that taper. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Fantastic. Good stuff? All right. The machine, I'm going to plug that back in. There we go. So for support, I can go up and look anything. I can look into my history. I've got the settings here. But remember, you just select a stitch and you can go from practical sewing to applique to tapering, whatever you like. So now I'm going to take you into the combination stitches. So here, when I can create new data, I can now swipe through everything that can be programmed together. So I can program scallops together, vintage, and my alphabet. So here is the block letter alphabet that I can take up to get space and then lowercase. And I have script in here, letters and numbers, and italic. And I also have an outline straight stitch for the fonts. So they're really nice collection of fonts. So to program, you just touch the letters and they will be entered in. So now if I want to save that, I just touch the cross mark and I'm ready to sew. So we'll sew that out. I'm going to lower my presser foot and I'm also going to unplug it so that I can just use this button. Makes it easy. So the Juki'S is an all-around great machine, whether you do crafts, garment sewing, quilting. It is a fantastic machine. Let's see, I think we're having some, let me just stop this. Let's see what we've got. Oh, okay, let me bring up our thread. I think I rethreaded it before, so I'm just going to use the needle up down and bring up that bobbin thread. I'm not out of bobbin thread, am I? No. Okay, we've got it. So I'm just going back in here, folks, rethreading this so we can take a look at our letters. I like the Juki'S when sewing garments and quilts. I've just started the quilting and it's fun to do. All right, so now, let's try this. There we go. Now we're getting a beautiful stitch. And I'm using that open toe foot so you can see the sewing as you sew. And I've stabilized my fabric as well because I'm using quite a nice decorative stitch or font. Then it's going to tie that off. And I'm just going to cut my threads and bring it out. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful lettering. So, as you can see, the Juki'S is a strong machine. One of the things I really like is in the back, I can lift this presser foot higher. So if you are a quilter or do mending of any type of tent and garments, you can get this really high, which is nice. It also has a built-in needle threader, which I love. So I'm going to go and show you that needle threader. So what I can do is I can put my thread just on number 7, and number 8 is the thread cutter up on top. On the right-hand side of my hand wheel, I'm lining up so that the needle is right in place. And then I'm going to push the needle threader down and bring it back up. And what happens is it brings a little loop back here that I just take straight to the back. So now that's all threaded, very easy. And as you saw earlier, it's a drop-in bobbin. So very easy to thread. I can wind a bobbin at the top. And if you can bring the camera up here, I can show you that you have a map for threading the bobbin and you have a map for threading the machine. So that is our DX 4000 QVP, better known as the Juki'S. I've talked a lot. For me, it is the best, easiest machine that is strong. So whether I'm sewing a silk blouse to a bag, the Juki'S works for me. So I know Blaine's going to have some exciting pricing. I'm going to hand you over to Blaine, and he can check if there's any questions. But I hope you took a lot of notes, but because the Kochi has so much to offer. Remember, 368 stitches built in, not including the 4 fonts, and they're categorized so you know how to use them. I love the tapering stitches. I love the decorative stitches. So you can expand your sewing with the Kochi. And let's see what kind of specials Blaine has today.
Well, thanks, Kelly. We'll let you get ready for that 3,000. So we're going to tell everybody about this 4,000 now. Again, this is a sale that Juki's having right now. This is going to end on Sunday. So you have all the way till Sunday to get these prices. Now, again, look at the price we have on the screen. That is the price. You don't have. You can go right to the website and order this directly. $29.99 on this. Great savings on this right now. So the price is on the website. We do have financing available. You can finance 36 months, special financing. It's $84 a month. Give us a call at 800-401-8151. We're going to ship this nationwide right to your doorstep, absolutely free. And again, if y'all want to kind of just see a little bit of things on that Kochi, there's a lot of, you can go right to the web page and read all the different things. There are so many features built in. And, you know, Kelly could have probably spent a couple hours on this going through all the different things it has. She did a wonderful job with basically giving you an overview of this, but there's so many things that this machine will do. I love the big extension table that comes with it. And then a way that you can push that pressure foot even higher if you wanted to get a quilt under this. So again, so many things it can do. All those stitches that's built in. This is a really nice machine. And so this is the DX 4000 QVP sewing machine from Juki. And again, such a great price on this. And remember, we have that financing available. So if you do have any questions, give us a call at 800-401-8151. If you want to go directly to the website, you can go right to the website at SewingMachinesPlus.com. If you're on the website and you have some questions when you're looking at that product page on it, you can talk to the live chat people too. There are live chat agents on the web that can answer questions and take your order if you just wanted to order through them, or you can place your order over the phone if you want to. Again, 800-401-8151. In the search bar on the website, you can just type in the DX 4000 QVP and it'll take you right to that product page where you can read all the things about it. Now, Kennedy,
yes,
not only do we have this machine, but we're going to list a lot of different machines today that we're going to have that we're not actually going to do the demonstrations on. So we're not going to actually, next up, what we're going to do is she's going to go over that MO 3000 air thread serger. So we're going to talk about a little bit about that. Now, one thing to note, all the sale stuff, most of it is on the QVP models. So what does the QVP mean to everybody? Well, what it does, it's a little bit higher end machine because what happens, they throw a lot of extra stuff. So you're going to get basically extra feet in different packages with it. That's what separates a QVP from just a standard thing. Now, one thing that we do have, that's not on the show today, if you're interested in the 2010 or the TL18, those are call-in specials today. So you can call in on those as well. They do have a little special on those, but we can't basically talk about the price on those because those are SMP specials. Specials we're talking about today is actually a Juki special. They're actually letting us discount the price on these and show you what the price is. So that's a great sale. And basically we're calling this the Summer Sizzler sale. And because it's sizzling prices.
Yeah, it is. Sure is.
All right, so let's go back to Kelly. I think she's ready. We're going to talk all about this MO 3000 air threader. And then once she does that, I'll tell you about the pricing on that. And then once we do that pricing, I'll go through the list of all the other QVP models that are on sale. And then we do have one machine, it's an NX7 that we're going to talk about that's been really hot. And we're going to tell you a little special thing I'm going to do for that one. So let's go right back to Kelly and let her talk about that 3000.
Great. Thank you, Blaine. I am so excited to talk to you about the Akani Serger by Juki. Because it is the strongest, best serger on the market today. The Akani means deep red in Japanese, and that's a tribute to our heritage, to the Juki heritage. And the reason I say that is because Juki is the largest industrial sewing machine in the world. In fact, if you didn't make the clothes you're wearing, they're probably made on a Juki machine. So what we love to do with that industrial technology is embedded into our home machines so they are strong and durable. And this machine has some features no other serger on the market has, like the Microlift and a thread cutter for your chain. How cool is that? It is a 4-3 2-thread serger that is air threading. And what does air threading mean? Well, it means the technology has come to where we can thread a serger in any order. If you purchase or have a manual serger like I did at one time, you always are threading the loopers first and then the needles last. So if something breaks, you had to go back in that order. And on the Akane, that's not the case. And I'm going to take off my waist tray here to show you the insides. This is a knee lever. Now, folks that love knee levers, to raise and lower that presser foot, it comes on the Akane. So I'm going to open the door to show you the inside. This is where the magic happens, folks. This is where the jet air threading goes. So I'm going to cut my loopers threads. I'm going to raise my presser foot, and I'm just going to pull some slack out of here. I'm also going to pull the chain out of the machine so that we get those threads out of the chamber so I can rethread with ease. Okay, think we've got that? Now, what I can do is I can lock this machine into place. So I move this lever up, and when I rotate the hand wheel, it locks the loopers into place so that it can take the air threading. So I'm going to push this in a little bit, just on this side. Okay. And I pulled it right back out, of course, but we'll do that again. And I'm going to put in the lower looper, and I'll put that upper looper back in. Because the Akane can do both at one time. You can just air thread both loopers in and be done. So I'm going to turn on the air threading, and you can see now the loopers are completely threaded. Okay, I think that lower looper slipped, but that's okay, it's air threading. So I'm just going to put that back in and put that right through. Of course, when I'm sewing alone in my sewing room, they go through there like magic. So now it's all threaded, and that is air threading. It's exciting, it's fantastic. So let me go back to the basics on serging a little bit, because I want to give you a tour of this machine and tell you why it has certain functions. It has air threading, which is exciting. It has that new thread cutter, which you can't find on any other serger. And it has, what you're missing here are no tensions. I have a knob that I can adjust for my different stitches. So A is 4-thread or 2-thread with that left needle. B is going to be 3-thread overlocking. C is going to be the narrow seam. And D is going to be rolled hem. So you can see every time I change that, it's also showing you where I'm going to put my settings for every stitch. So it makes it very easy. The other thing I have are settings in here. I can set the speed, so I can make it go faster or slower. I can adjust the cutting length of the chain, which is so cool. It has a sensor on the back, so if I run a really long chain, I usually keep mine at about 6, so that's a nice length, but you can change that length. I can also change the lighting. So I can make it bright or as dim as my sewing studio deems. Okay. I can also take the temperature to warm or cold. So I can make that really warm or a very light, cool setting on the lighting. And then I can change the LCD screen, obviously, the settings, okay? We'll just touch that. And here's the great part. I can do my power pedal to either cut the thread with that chain cutter or take a half a stitch. As you can see right now, mine is set for taking a half a stitch because I love it for turning corners. I think that is one of the greatest features on this machine. So I would just press enter, and those are all the different settings you have. Now let's take a look at the other settings you have for the serger. I have, and I'm going to put this back right there. We're going to go to A, okay. I have a stitch length on the side. The numbers, if you go to a lower number, it's going to make the stitch tighter. And then if I go to a longer number or a bigger number, it's going to make it longer. So I also have differential feed on this machine. So what differential feed does is if I move this, you can probably see, I can also take the presser foot off so you can see this. You can see that there are two sets of feed dogs on a serger. When I change my differential feed position, in other words, if I take it to a higher number, it moves those front feed dogs up so they can take a large step and feed more fabric in so that I can compensate for stretch in the seam. I can also ease in a sleeve, things like that. I love differential feed. When I move this to a lower number, it's going to do the opposite. It's going to feed less fabric in. So if I want to build stretch into the seam, I can, or if I want to lettuce leaf edge, that's how I do it. You can go to that lower number on your settings, okay? All right, so as you can see, this is a snap-on presser foot, and I'll show you how that goes on. You just lower it over that bar, and then I'm going to push it again. We also give you another option for presser feet on the Akane. This is a foot for doing curves, and if you've done curves on a serger before, you know it takes more guiding. This is a narrower foot, and the distance between the needles and the knives are the smallest spacing on a Juki'S serger on the market today, so that you can do really sharp curves and do it with ease, especially with that foot that comes with the machine. Another thing I'm going to show you is there is 3 things right inside the machine. The first one adjusts the knife system and brings the stitch finger and the knives in and out to accommodate different fabrics. I also have the stitch finger. Now, what the stitch finger does on a serger, I'm going to unlock my machine so you can see this. That is a stitch finger. I can take that out if I want to do narrow rolled hems, and then the fabric's going to roll over that pin. But why the stitch finger is important on a serger is because it is where the stitch is supported. When you start a stitch on a serger, it is forming on that finger. It's not forming on fabric like when you see a sewing machine. So that's how it works. The upper and lower looper cross each other's to form the stitch, and then the needles hold everything in place. So that's pretty cool and really easy. If I want to take this knife out of action, if I'm just doing an edge, I can do that just by lowering it with this knob or this lever right here. So very easy and very strong serger. The Microlift I want to talk about for a minute because that is another exclusive on this machine. I can adjust the Microlift. Watch the presser foot right now, folks. It's going to bring it higher so that I can get more under the foot. And when I'm bag making, this is the power I want in a serger. That is from our industrial sergers, and it is fantastic because you can feed through heavy, heavy fleece, heavy, heavy vinyl, different things like that. So it's an exciting addition to our sergers. Now, if you're in the market for a serger, check out all our sergers because traditionally ours are the strongest on the market. I've been amazed that I can go through thin to thick and get a good quality stitch. All right, so I'm checking my threading here because I've been all over the place with threading, giving you this tour. So my loopers are threaded and my needles need to be threaded. So I'm going to just do that. Okay. Up here on the top of the machine is a magnetic strip. And what that is for is when I take out my needle threads, or my needles, I'm sorry. When I take out a needle, I can put it right on that strip so that there's not an issue of where that needle is. So again, I'm going to just use my needle threaders and I'm going to put it into place. I don't have to see to use this needle threader, which I love. The hook goes right through the needle and then I just pull the loop back and I'm all set. So let's do that left needle because I really want to show you that automatic chain cutter. I love it. I'm a garment sewer and this makes me feel so professional because I love to do knit dresses, knit tops. You can get them done, an hour or less, and then finish them on your Juki cover hem machine. It's fabulous. So now I have it all set, and I'm just going to start a chain. I hope. All right. Let's start sewing, see what we get. There we go. And I'm probably, yes, I have everything set a little wonky because of my tour. But I just stopped sewing and that little cutter does its job. It cuts the thread so quickly. I love it. Let me do that again. And this serger goes 1,500 stitches per minute. So it's strong and it's a fast machine. So I'm going to take out the left needle and the left needle thread. Because one of my favorite things is the narrow rolled hem. Before I buy a serger, I say to the person, hey, can you show me the rolled hem? So I'm taking out this needle, which are standard sewing needles. I'm putting it on my magnetic script up here. So I love that feature. I'm going to eliminate that stitch finger we talked about earlier just by taking this gray lever up. Okay, so now I'm going to take my letter to D and I'm going to take my stitch length closer. Let's see what we get. Boy, does that look beautiful. And there goes my chain. I held that. I shouldn't hold it. But what an absolutely beautiful narrow rolled hem. It's a little fine though, so what I'm going to do, which I love to do on a serger, is I'm going to widen my width so it rolls more fabric over. Oh, does that look beautiful? It's now thicker. You probably can't see that at home. But it makes for a nice, thick serger stitch. It's beautiful. Ooh. Beautiful, right on cue. So look at that stitch. It's a little bit wider. It's actually feeding more fabric into that edge and giving me a beautiful solid edge. The other thing I love to do is put decorative thread or a stretch thread on top on that upper looper because it gives it a really solid look. So if I chain, you can see that the chain, I'm going to pull it over here to the left so you can see it. That is a perfect chain for belt loops when you see them on robes and button loops. So it's that easy to get a rolled edge. I just had to go to D, and it tells you all the settings right on the screen. So now let's take this back to 4 thread. And if I wanted to, before I do that, I'm going to switch it out. I'm going to put the finger back in the machine. And then I'm going to go to a longer stitch and do an overcasting stitch. This is a 3 thread right needle. I have it about 2.5 for the length. Oops, there we go. Boom, just like that. And there is that 3 thread overcasting stitch. And without effort, you're not messing with tensions on this machine because the thread is going to be right for the stitch you choose. In fact, when it looks funky, I always check my stitch selector first to make sure I'm on the right stitch. Usually that's the case. I don't have to worry about the needle screws vibrating in and out because they're set, which is fantastic. So what are you getting with the Akane 3000? You are getting an award-winning serger for its durability, its Microlift, which remember that raises that presser foot for heavy fabric so it can take even more durability on this machine. So those are the things, and that fantastic thread cutter. Serging has never been easier than with the Akane serger. So now I'm rethreading the left needle, okay? And again, using that handy dandy built-in needle threader to thread my needles. All right, so I'm back on 4 thread. And where's my tweezers? I always like to make sure everything's under the foot. And now we're going to try that 4 thread again. A couple of pieces of knit fabric. Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. There we go. A 4 thread, durable, stretchable seams. So if you're in the market for the best serger on the market, check out the Akane. And if you're still like, oh, I'm not sure which serger to buy, The Juki, I have been surging for years. I don't want to give away my age, but I started in college surging, and the Juki's were the first ones to come in and show us a home serger. So ever since then, I've been stuck to this brand. I love this brand because it's strong and durable. But there are many in our line. I also love the cover stitch because I keep that set up just to finish all my knit projects. Thank you so much for being with me today. I gave you a lot of information. I hope you took notes. But if you want to know more, go to Juki'Home.com. There's more videos. And everyone at Sewing Machines Plus are fantastic on their products and help you with any Juki model. So what I'm waiting for is the great prices Blaine has on the Akane serger today.
Well, hey, Kelly, I've got some good stuff going on. So thank you so much for doing this today with us. I know it was short notice, and the SMP Nation really appreciate you coming on. And you know, again, we're just touching, scratching the surface on these two machines that you show today, because there's so many features of each one, and especially the 4000. The 4000, you could probably spend a few hours on it. It's so
I
much.
certainly could.
But thank you so much, Kelly, and I look forward to seeing you again real soon, okay?
Thank you so much. Have a great summer, Blaine. And you're going to teach me how to rope someday?
Yeah, I think so. All right, everybody. So this was the MO 4000 or 3000 QVP. Now, look at that price, everyone. $18.99. Again, great pricing on these. Financing is available for it. If you need some help with the financing, we can help you out there. Got some special financing available. We're going to ship all the stuff you see on the show today nationwide, free, right to your doorstep. And again, right now, if you want to look at all the machines that we're going to be talking about today on the special, you can go to SMPLive.tv. And as soon as that page comes up, all across the top, you can scroll the bar. You can see all the Juki's and the pricing on it right there. Great pricing on it. So again, let's go back and start over, Kennedy. Let's talk about the DX 4000 QVP real quick. Again, this is the first one on the show. This is the 4000 QVP. $29.99 is the price on that. Financing is available on all the machines we're going to show today. We have financing available, some special financing for you. 800-401-8151, or you can just go to SewingMachinesPlus.com and type in that DX4000 QVP in the search bar. I'll take you there. But the quickest way is just to go to SMPLive.tv. Scroll right at the very top. You'll see, just scroll across, and you'll see all the different machines on that scroll bar, and that were on the show today. All right, so let's do the NX7. So this is the NX7, and I'm going to tell y'all, this is a fantastic price on this. Again, it's the computerized long arm sewing machine. Now, this quilters absolutely love this. You can take this in combination with one of those cutie frames that Grace has, or one of those frames that Juki has, and set it on that, and you can actually make a long arm quilting machine out of it. So it's really nice. It has the carriage built into the handlebars built into the carriage on the frame. So if you wanted to get into quilting, this would be a great way to do it too. Fantastic price on this, but I got to tell you right up front, we are sold out on this model. And so this is a thing I wanted to tell you a little special. I thought we still had some left going into the show today. We found out this morning, first thing, that we're absolutely sold out. There is a back order on these, but what I'm going to do, even though they're back ordered, we're going to go ahead and honor the price. So if you get your pre-order in today before Sunday, I'm going to honor this sale price on this until they come in. And I think they're Kennedy, didn't they say mid-August on these?
Yeah.
Mid-August.
Yeah.
So we should have these in, mid-August on that. So you don't have to wait a tremendously long time, but you would at least get that price. If you've been thinking about one of these, you'll get that price locked in. All right, the next one we're going to show is called the DX 1500 QVP. Now, again, great price on this, $999, under $1,000 on this machine. Financing is available on this as well. Give us a call, or just go to smplive.tv and click on the product, and it'll take you right to the product page. You can read all about it. Great pricing on this, and all the other machines on the show are in stock, ready to ship. It's just that NX7 because of that low price on it, we had a huge run on those on the machines, and we absolutely sold out of them. And now they're back ordered at Juki. So the next one is the DX 3000 QVP. And again, $23.99. Look at the price on that, everyone. That is such a good price. Again, financing is available on all these. Great price on this. Can't stress the price enough on these. And what you need to do, if you just kind of trying to figure out if you've had your eye on one of these machines and you want to read a little bit more about it, or just ask some questions, speak to the live chat agent on the website, or just give us a call at 800-401-8151, and they can help answer your questions and make sure that you're getting the right machine for your needs. All right, so the next one is the MO2000 QVP. Now this is the little sister to the MO3000 that she showed on the show. This is an air threading serger. Again, $12.99. Look at the price on that, everybody. This is a great price on this. Juki was one of the first home sergers out there, and they, if everybody knows the background of Juki, it's an industrial company that basically started making home machines. And I tell you what, you get all that reliability and that durability of industrial type motors and things in these machines. And I'm gonna tell you, the punching power, I should say, of the needle on these sergers, because that needle is absolutely 100% vertical, it has so much power. You can actually, and I think on one of my shows I tested this, I was actually serged, I think it was 6 pieces of denim that I put under this. And then you remember the 2010 sewing machine, I sewed 12 pieces of denim. So that just tells you how much punching power these things have. Incredible machine. So this is the MO2000 QVP. And then the last one on our list is the J350 QVP. Now again, you look at the price. This is with the frame. You're getting all this whole setup. $9.99, under $10,000 for a long arm quilting machine. And again, great price on this. If you haven't been in the market for that, give us a call for any of these Juki's, 800-401-8151. Or if you just want to look at all these, you just go to smplive.tv. Kennedy has all the thumbnails on that scroll bar. You can just pick, go through and look at each one of them right there. That's the easiest way to do it, because that actually is taking you to our website. And then if you wanted to pick one and just check out, you can just go to checkout right on that page once you get to the product page. Very easy. And then I wanted to kind of throw out there 2 machines that we don't have on the show is the TL18 and the 2010, the TL 2010. Neither one of those are on the show. However, we have a call-in special on those. So if you're interested in been thinking about one of those, give us a call right now, because they do have a call-in special on it. They can take care of you at the call center, or you can go on the website at SewingMachinesPlus.com, and our live chat agent can also give you the special on that as well. So what do you think, Kennedy?
I love it.
Some good stuff today. What did y'all think about the demos today? I thought Kelly is so detailed and so good on her demos. It's really incredible. I hope y'all enjoyed that. And, even if you're not in the market for a machine right now, I tell you, just getting to see that kind of stuff really kind of inspires you about what's available. And what blew me away, I don't know if this blew y'all away, but you can actually watch YouTube videos on that 4000.
So you could watch S&P Live on your machine.
You could be watching our shows while you're sewing.
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
That's true multitasking. That is true multitasking.
I mean, again, that's pretty cool that you can actually you can look at the videos of that machine to help you. You can go to the user manual on that machine. And then once you get sewing and figure it out, you can just watch all kinds of videos. Yeah. So I like that. I like that about that. All right. So great show today. Thank y'all for joining in. We're going to have some giveaways. And one thing I forgot to tell everybody about, when we went on our Wyoming trip, my wife, Michelle, I showed y'all that picture of us whitewater rafting. I forgot to mention something really important, Kennedy. The water temperature was 50 degrees, which I don't know if y'all know how cold that is. That is really cold water. and the air temperature was 54 degrees. So it was freezing
Oof.
cold, and the wind was blowing really hard through that canyon where the river's at. So everybody was freezing, right? So we had 2 big rafts that we were taking down this water together. And out of the 18 or 20 people we had on the rafts total, Michelle did the cold plunge.
Wow.
She absolutely jumped in the water at the end. I couldn't believe she did that. And because she was freezing before, and I told her, so why did you do it? She goes, well, I was already freezing cold, so I might as well just make it worth it. So kudos to my wife for jumping in the water. Couldn't believe she did that. So, all right, guys, we got some great stuff today. We're going to give away a Juki'S sewing machine. What do you think about that? But hey, first of all, I want to recap how many people y'all are brand new, first time you've ever seen the show. Put a number 1 in the chat right now. If you're brand new, never seen one of our shows before, want to just kind of see that. Kennedy, is there a bunch of 1s coming in?
Oh, we got to give it just 1 second.
Okay.
Not yet.
If you're brand new, this is the first time you've seen our show, put a number 1. We want to see that again.
There's a 1. I see 1s. I see 1s.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, thank y'all for joining in. We really appreciate y'all coming on, and we hope that you'll stick around. We do this every Thursday. We do a live show. Now, next Thursday's 4th of July, so we won't be on next Thursday. We're all taking off and going to go home and barbecue and all that good stuff. But Thursday won't be, but we'll be back the following Thursday, and that's our live auction on July 11th. So, a lot of number 1s. So since you're a number 1, Kennedy, just spin that wheel. Because guess what I'm doing? I'm giving all the brand new people that watch today a prize. And you know what I'm giving them? I'm going to give them a $25 gift card to Sewing Machines Plus.
Linda Carlson.
So congratulations, Linda. You just won yourself a gift card. And I'm also going to throw in a sew mat for you. So one of our world famous sew mats, we're going to throw that into Linda as well. So congratulations, Linda. And what we need you to do to claim that sew mat and your gift card, we need you to go to SewingMachinesPlus.com, scroll down toward the bottom of that page where it says claim my prize, and fill out all that information complete. And then most importantly, in the notes section you see there, tell us what size of sew mat you want and what color. And if you want to see all those, you can go to SMP Live TV. You're already going to be there. At the very top of the page, Kennedy has those sew mats. You click on it. It'll take you to the sew mat page. You can look at all the different colors and all the sizes and dimensions for each one. So what do you think about that?
Love it.
All right. So now we gave something new, for the new people out there that are watching today, the brand news, we gave a great prize. So we're going to give some more prizes away. We're going to give a set of our event bags. These are all different colors. There's 8 different colors. They're $49.99 for the set. They're $9.99 each on our website. They all have unique sayings on one side of them. So Kennedy, spin that wheel.
All righty. Are we doing keyword?
No, not keyword on this. This is everybody who's even tuned in today. Okay. Can you do that, or is it hard?
You might have to give me a second.
All right, well, let's do keyword.
Yeah,
then.
let's do a keyword.
Everybody just type in right now, bag, B-A-G.
Bag.
How's that? If you want a chance to win this bundle. So we have to do, Kennedy has to go back and forth when we do the keywords or just the general.
But it's okay.
So what this does, just so y'all know, when I say it's going to be a keyword, that means the only people that can win are the ones that are watching right now.
Yeah.
So if you tuned in this morning and then left, you won't be eligible to win.
All right. I'm ready when you are.
Spin it. There we go. The names go by so fast.
I know.
Linda A.
Linda and Linda.
Linda, congratulations, Linda A. She is watching today from YouTube. So Linda, what we need you to do to claim that prize, those bags, go to SMPLive.tv, scroll down toward the bottom of the page where it says claim my prize, fill out all that information, hit submit, and we'll handle it from there. Y'all all have 30 days to claim your prize, or Kennedy's going to put it right back into the prize closet.
Yes.
All right, next up, we are going to give away some of our world famous sewing mats. So right now in the chat, put mats, M-A-T-S in the mat, in the chat. Mats, if you want a chance to win a Sew Mat, MATS. Now, I got to tell you a little bit about the Sew Mat. I always say this every show. If you don't have one of these mats yet, you're doing your machine a disservice. You've got to have one of these. They really do work. They actually reduce the vibration from the machine that transfers through the electronics of the machine, because all these machines are computerized now, most of them. And that really makes it last longer. It also dampens the sound, so it makes it quieter. It protects whatever surface you have it sitting on. So if you want to sit it on your dining room table, guess what? It's not going to hurt it. And the other thing it does, it doesn't let the machine slide around. So it's really good. They're easy to take care of. You just take a damp cloth and wipe it down when it gets something on it. And Kennedy also uses them as a pin cushion. She sticks her pins and needles and
as a workstation, like when you're hooping. And I love having one on the side because it holds the hoops and it doesn't slip and nothing slips around. It's so nice.
They're really cool. So anyway, we have these in 13 different colors, 4 sizes in each color. And so if y'all want to check those out, just go, you can type SMPlive.tv, hit that where Kennedy has the Sew Mats, click on it, or you can just go to our website, SewingMachinesPlus.com, type in sewing mats in the search bar and it'll take you there as well.
And if you've already got a mat under your machine, these are awesome for computers too. We all have these by our computers.
Yeah. I've got a blue one that I use like a giant mouse pad. I have my keyboard and my mouse sitting on.
Yep.
All right, Kennedy, let's spin that wheel. Lisa Millum. So congratulations, Lisa, watching today from YouTube. You know, my neighbor, that's her name.
Really?
I have a next door neighbor's name's Lisa Millum. Isn't that crazy? Because the first time I ever saw this on our show before, I thought that was my neighbor watching. And so congratulations, Lisa. And she's watching today from YouTube. So Lisa, what we need you to do is go to SMPlive.tv, scroll down toward the bottom of the page where it says claim my prize, fill out all that information, and most importantly, tell us what size and what color Sew Mat you want, and we'll get it shipped right out to you.
Woohoo!
All right, next up, the keyword is going to be Juki. Type Juki in the chat right now. Juki, if you want a chance to win something.
And what is that something?
Can you tell them what it is, Kennedy?
Drum roll, the Juki.
Boom.
HZL353ZR-C. Compact, simple sewing machine.
Yeah, this is a very small, lightweight machine. And this is a great retreat machine. You can take it anywhere. We have tons of people that buy these to put them in their campers and RVs when they go traveling and camping, to have them sewing machine handy. And so great. This is also a great cosplayer machine because it's so lightweight and they can sew their costumes. $199 is the retail price on that. So Kennedy, spin that wheel.
You got it. Chris Morris.
So congratulations, Chris. Watching today from YouTube. You just won yourself a Juki sewing machine. What we need you to do to claim that prize, Chris, is go to SMPlive.tv. Scroll down toward the bottom of the page where it says claim my prize. Fill out all that information complete. Hit submit, and we'll get that shipped out to you as soon as we get that information. You have 30 days to claim that prize, or Kennedy's going to take it back.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Well, that was our show today. Again, y'all, remind you, next week we won't have a show because it's July the 4th, but we will be back on air July the 11th. If you have purchased from Sewing Machines Plus, you'll be able to enter our live auction show. They've already sent the email out about that to sign up. We have over 200 people already signed up for it. They're going to be sending that email out again. So if you missed the first one, you'll get to see that second one. If you haven't signed up for our newsletter yet, or our emails, go sign up. You can just go to SewingMachinesPlus.com, scroll down toward the bottom, and there's a place that says you can sign up for our newsletter. Sign up. That way you'll get all the emails and information, and you'll be able to get that. But anyway, guys, hope that y'all enjoyed the show today. We hope that you have a great rest of your day, great weekend. And Kennedy and I will see you back in here on July 11th.
Woohoo!